Hey guys, what's going on? We just saw Presence. When I first saw a trailer for this movie, I was excited. I love like the huge wide angle, going around. Like it seemed very subtle. I didn't really know what to expect. And then I saw the second trailer and like they kind of showed more stuff and it looked, I hate to use the word corny. I don't want it to be corny. Maybe it'll be good. Lucy Liu, she's good, whatever. I probably wouldn't see it again. I probably wouldn't see it again. We saw it in IMAX. I was hoping for like,
Dolby,
a Dolby, yeah.
or Dolby
Um,
IMAX.
it looked good. Like it had a very natural kind of like lighting setup in terms of like just the darks were very dark and the scenes were kind of like play like in a sense because like you're spoilers, but it's basically POV of a ghost the entire story. It's kind of funny thinking about because like they're always framing people like perfectly, even though it's like someone's POV. But
And like the ghost has to walk around a table
yes.
and stuff.
yes. Technically, very interesting, and I think the best thing about it was probably the sound design. Like it's very cool, and seeing it in Dolby IMAX was great because voices were like it was good. Sound design was good. There were some scenes where like the acting was like pretty believable, but then there were others where like I think there were some weak points with a lot of characters. Maybe I don't know the daughter's name, but she was probably one of the strongest, I would say, in certain parts. Her brother has like this best friend who comes over and does stuff. I'm not gonna spoil it, but if you guys want to, I guess you can. But like he's kind of like the villain of the story. Yes, they're teenagers in high school, but there was a lot of cringe dialogue for long portions of the film. Yes, teenagers are cringe, but it's just really hard to watch. So a lot of that did make it more corny, and it ended up not being as subtle as I'd hoped it to be, and that kind of took away from it. Like it was very different. Is the central gimmick of the whole POV ghost thing is interesting. There's kind of a twist thing that happens with that, but overall, that's not enough to like save it for me. So like, yeah, I probably wouldn't see it again. I'm glad I saw it, but yeah, 5.5.
Other than it just being like so bad it was funny, I really did not like the movie very much. Probably give it like a 4. Definitely would not watch it again. I did really like the wide angle thing, but like honestly some of the shots, like I mean I'm sure this is just me, but it made me kind of sick the way it was like spinning
No,
around
you're
some
right.
of the
Yeah,
rooms.
I should have mentioned
It was
that.
like very
Yeah.
disorienting, and like especially since it's POV, I feel like wide angle's so weird because then like when you get close to characters it does like the weird distorting thing, so it doesn't seem like
Well, POV kind of like the wide angle matches like the human vision the most.
yeah, but your vision doesn't distort people when you get
That's
close,
true,
so
that's true.
it's like
But,
it's
yeah, I don't know how they could do
And
that.
and,
like
and,
a
and there,
Cinedome.
there were points too where it actually got wider.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
wider than like this right now. It actually got wider as like they were doing some kind of like ghost effect.
I think the worst actor was probably the brother. He was so cringe. Like he was kind of like mellow throughout the whole movie. He was being a moody teenager the whole time, so not really talking much, on his phone a lot. And then there's also this really weird scene in the beginning where I thought Lucy Liu was like trying to have sex with her son, because they have like a scene where they're like, and she's like going over this whole thing where she's like basically alluding to she's doing something illegal with her job. She's like, "Oh, I did everything for you." And then she like grabs his hand. She's like, "I've never felt like this way with another human before, like this strongly." And I was like, "Is she like? Does she want to like fuck her son?" It was really weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then like towards the end of the movie, he starts getting like super like loud and obnoxious. He's just like he says like "fuck" like 7 times in one like sentence. It's like it's really crazy. Other than like the ending when shit gets really wild, it was kind of just like eh.
The whole like a ghost story meets hardcore Henry twist like gimmick is kind of, it was neat. It did not save the movie at all for me. Yeah, I would say the best like 2 actors in the movie were like Lucy Liu, who was like did not get that much screen time as I thought, considering she was like the main billing. And the daughter definitely was like, she did a pretty decent like job at times, other than the cringe teenager dialogue. I have to give the movie a 3 out of 10. It was like the gimmick was cool, and it was a technically well-made movie. Like didn't catch the camera in any of the shots, at least that I could see. They did a good job of like blocking things out. There's like a lot of long like technical, like as you'd say, like play like shots of people just going through like the house and like having like long like cuts with no like, or at least I didn't see any cuts. It was good. However, I'm going into spoiler territory here. It delves into like sexual assault stuff, but like, oh my god, the fucking villain of this movie. The fact that like they go, okay, this is, it's a ghost story, that's an interesting concept. And they went with like the most fucking lazy and like overdone, like, he's going to like rape her villain. And like, it just took me out of the movie and ruined it. And like, it didn't help that his acting was like, I just love control, and they took control away from me. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
he was so fucking unbelievable as a character. The brother, like, yeah, it went from being like a moody teenager to like a ghost. What, you're gonna believe this ghost stuff is so fucking stupid? You're trying to ruin my entire life. He just started like yelling at his sister like out of nowhere. The dad was like corny but okay. There's a scene where he looks at the camera and goes like, "There is a mystery here," which
Yeah,
is
I'll put the thing for our future film. Yeah.
yeah, I just start laughing.
Spooky House, this mystery in Morbrook coming soon.
The technical of the movie, like the sound design, the blocking, the shots, it looked good. It was a good looking movie. The camera was good enough to capture like dark scenes, and like the ghost gimmick was done well enough. But like the fucking actual substance of the movie, the acting was fucking corny. Like 80% of the fucking movie, I could not emotionally connect to any of these fucking characters. The villain was like, again, it's just such a lazy like fucking way to do a villain in a movie. Oh, he's gonna rape people. It's like so fucking overdone and lazy. There's so many different ways you could have taken like Hardcore Henry meets Casper the Friendly Ghost, and this is like the least interesting way. And I'll let you talk before I go to the ending.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna add with the rapist at the end. He like, well, obviously he's gonna rape her, but I think his like, he's all about like death. He's like weird about like, I don't know if he wanted to like he has sex with dead women. So the whole thing is like she knew like she had two friends, the daughter, and like the one she was like super friend, like best friends with. Throughout the movie, you think her friend died of like an overdose, but then I guess
And that the ghost is her dead like drug
and then
friend,
she thinks her like, but like I guess spoiler, the rapist has been killing these girls. So,
and
like,
he name drops them during the like sexual assault scene.
yeah, like he like drugs her because I was really confused because he was already like banging her, and then he like goes to drug her, and then the ghost like knocks the thing down. I'm like, you're already banging her. Like, why are you trying to drug her? It was like
Yeah.
I was really confused. And also, I wanted to add just before you get to the very end, I hated how it kept cutting to black. That was
Yes,
very
that was such a
annoying to
lazy
me.
way to
Like
to
time
do like
jump,
ghost
like,
time jump.
it
Yeah,
was-
they established that the ghost is like confused and lost in time, is jumping through time, but like
And-
it's just hard cuts.
And I
to
think
black.
the best way to make that like our perspective of the ghost is just to seamlessly cut
yes,
through time. Don't cut to black because I know there's a time jump. If you just cut
Yeah.
it and then like it's like, oh, we're when are
we're
we?
the
Like,
ghost, and we're
yeah.
confused
and
about
then
where we are in
I
time.
would,
Yeah,
I think that would have been cool.
or
but-
even just like a mist effect between scenes instead of just going like straight to like cinematic black.
yeah, like
and then-
maybe he
yeah.
walks into a room and it's like like that's how you like transition through time.
and
It's
now it's like
you're
the next
walking
time
into-
of day. It goes from
Yeah,
like
I
night
think
to day or
that would be-
anything.
That
yeah.
would have been cool.
Yeah, the fucking finale is like, so the ghost like goes downstairs while like his like the ghost like is, I guess the daughter's about to get killed because the villain's like, I killed Nania and I'm gonna kill you, and then like
Oh.
yeah, the ghost runs downstairs really fast. It's like super fast ghost and wakes up the brother, and then the brother goes like, huh, Chloe, and then runs upstairs, and then like it's really funny because like yeah, the villain is like he's just standing by the bed like in like pose, and then it's like, what are you doing to my sister? And he just football tackles him out of the fucking window. And they both fall to their deaths, and then it cuts to like I assume like a few months later they're like moving out of the house, and like the daughter's sitting there, and then like Lucy Liu goes to like the fireplace mirror, and then for the first time in the movie you can actually see the cameraman who's just standing in the back, and then like he's like, oh, it's my son.
Well, the cameraman you see is the son that died.
Yeah, it's a son, and
And-
then like the ghost was the son. I think the movie's just a lot of wasted potential. The concept could have been done well, but like there's just all this like fucking Disney Channel tier acting in the middle of the fucking movie that ruins it. Like the ending twist would have been so much better and a better
I
narrative.
think it's a writing too.
no, it's
It's
100%
definitely
the writing
because like and
'cause,
the
like, yeah.
writing and the actors
writing
are
and
not
the
good enough
directing.
to save it. Yeah,
No,
and
yeah.
it's just like yeah. So
Sorry, ghost. No, that's not what ghosts are like.
Shout out to fake fentanyl.